Hello students, today we are going to learn the lesson that is The Little Girl, which is written by Catherine Mansfield. Kathleen Mansfield Murray was a prominent New Zealand modernist short story writer and poet who was born and brought up in colonial New Zealand and wrote under the pen name of Kathleen Mansfield. She was born on 14 October 1888 at Wellington, New Zealand and died on 9 January 1923, Fontainebleau, France. Her full name is Kathleen Mansfield Beauchamp, and she has written a number of short stories such as The Golden Party, Miss Brill, The Doll's House, etc. Students, now we will see what is given in before you read. Do you feel you know your parents better now than when you were much younger? Perhaps you now understand the reasons for some of their actions that used to upset you earlier. This story about a little girl whose feelings for her father change from fear to understanding will probably find an echo in every home. Now students, concentrate on first paragraph. To the little girl, he was a figure to be feared and avoided. Every morning, before going to work, he came into her room and gave her a casual kiss, to which she responded with "Goodbye, father." And oh, there was a glad sense of relief when she heard the noise of the carriage growing fainter and fainter down the long road. In this paragraph, a figure to be feared, it means a person to be feared. In this paragraph, we come to know that the girl, that is Kezia, she is very much afraid of her father, so that whenever he goes far from her, she used to become very much happy. In the evening, when he came home, she stood near the staircase and heard his loud voice in the hall. "Bring my tea into the drawing room. Hasn't the paper come yet? Mother, go and see if my paper's out there, and bring me my slippers." When Keja's father comes to home, he used to give different kinds of orders to his family members. Concentrate on second paragraph. Kezia, mother would call to her. "If you are a good girl, you can come down and take off father's boots." Slowly, the girl would slip down the stairs, more slowly, still across the hall, and push open the drawing room door. Here, the meaning of slip down is come down quietly and unwillingly. We can come to know in this paragraph that Kezia is not at all happy to meet her father. By that time, he had his spectacles on and looked at her over them in a way that was terrifying to the little girl. Here, the meaning of terrifying means to fear. "Well, Kezia, hurry up and pull off these boots and take them outside. Have you been a good girl today?" "I don't know, father." Here we can see that Kezia is very much afraid to her father, so that she is hesitating while speaking. "You don't know? If you stutter like that, mother will have to take you to the doctor." She never stuttered with other people, had quite given it up, but only with father, because then she was trying so hard to say the words properly. The meaning of given it up is stopped doing it. The meaning of stutter is to hesitate and repeat sound while talking. Kezia never used to stutter while speaking with other people, but whenever she speak with her father, at that time only she stutter. "What's the matter? What are you looking so wretched about?" "Mother, I wish you taught this child not to appear on the brink of suicide." Here, Kezia carry my teacup back to the table carefully. In this paragraph, there are two new words. First one is wretch. The meaning of this word is unhappy. And second one, on the brink of suicide. It means about to commit suicide. Kezia's father tells her mother that Kezia should not stand in front of him just like as she is preparing for suicide. He was so big, his hands and his neck, especially his mouth, when he yawned. Thinking about him alone was like thinking about a giant. So here the description of Kezia's father is given. Now students, concentrate on the fourth paragraph. On Sunday afternoons, grandmother sent her down to the drawing room to have a nice talk with father and mother. But the little girl always found mother reading and father stretched out on the sofa, his handkerchief on his face, his feet on one of the best cushions, sleeping soundly and snoring. Students, you can observe in the picture that the little girl Kezia always found mother reading and father stretched out on the sofa. She sat on a stool, gravely watched him until he woke and stretched and asked the time, then looked at her. Don't stare so, Kezia. You look like a little brown owl. Kezia's father doesn't like Kezia staring towards him. One day, when she was kept indoors with a cold, her grandmother told her that father's birthday was next week and suggested she should make him a pin cushion for a gift out of a beautiful piece of yellow silk. So, Kezia decided to make pin cushion as a gift for her father. Laboriously, with a double cotton, the little girl stitched three sides. Here, the meaning of laboriously is with a lot of effort or difficulty. But what to fill it with? That was the question. The grandmother was out in the garden and she wandered into mother's bedroom to look for scraps. On the bed table, she discovered a great many sheets of a fine paper, gathered them up, tore them into tiny pieces, and stuffed her case, then sewed up the fourth side. So, in this way, with the help of many sheets of fine paper, she made a pin cushion for her father. But that night there was a hue and cry in the house. Here, the meaning of hue and cry is angry protest. Father's great speech for the Port Authority had been lost. Rooms were searched, servants questioned. Finally, mother came into Kezia's room. Kezia, I suppose you didn't see some papers on a table in our room. Oh, yes, she said. I tore them up for my surprise. What? Screamed mother. Come straight down to the dining room this instant. Students, you can see that the sheets of fine paper were torn by Kezia that were the great speech for the Port Authority of her father. So, no doubt, her father is going to become very much angry because of Kezia's this act. And she was dragged down to where father was pacing to and fro, hands behind his back. Well, he said sharply. Mother explained. He stopped and stared at the child. Did you do that? No, 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 she whispered. Mother, go up to her room and fetch down the damn thing. See that the child is put to bed this instant. So let's see what happens in the next paragraphs. Student, concentrate on 7th paragraph. Crying too much to explain, she lay in the shadowed room watching the evening light make a sad little pattern on the floor. Then father came into the room with a ruler in his hands. I am going to beat you for this, he said. Oh, no, no, she screamed, hiding under the bedclothes. He pulled them aside. Sit up, he ordered, and hold out your hands. You must be taught once and for all not to touch what does not belong to you. Here, Kezia's father became very much angry, and we come to know that he is going to beat her. So, here we can see that finally Kezia's father came into her room and he is going to beat her. So, let's see what happens. Kezia says, but it was for your birthday. Down came the ruler on her little pink palms. Hours later, when grandmother had wrapped her in a shawl and rocked her in her rocking chair, the child clung to her soft body. What did God make fathers for? She sobbed. After beating her father, Kezia clung to grandmother's soft body, and she was crying and crying. And she asked to her grandmother that what did God make fathers for? So grandmother says that here is a clean hanky. Darling, your nose. Go to sleep, pet. You will forget all about it in the morning. I tried to explain to father, but he was too upset to listen tonight. But the child never forgot. Next time she saw him, she quickly put both hands behind her back and a red color flew into her cheeks. So there was fear in Kezia's mind about her father. Paragraph 9 is going on. Please concentrate, all of you. The McDonalds lived next door. They had 5 children. Looking through a gap in the fence, the little girl saw them playing tag in the evening. Here, the meaning of tag is a children's game of catching one another. The description is given of the McDonald's family. The father with the baby Mao on his shoulders, 2 little girls hanging on to his coat pockets, ran round and round the flowers beds, shaking with laughter. Once she saw the boys turn the horse on him and he tried to catch them laughing all the time. On the next page, you can observe that how the children are playing with their father. Then it was she decided there were different sorts of fathers. Suddenly one day mother became ill and she and grandmother went to hospital. The little girl was left alone in the house with Alice the cook. That was all right in the daytime. But while Alice was putting her to bed, she grew suddenly afraid. In this paragraph, we can see that the little girl, that is Kezia, was left alone in the house with Alice, the cook, because her mother became ill and she and grandmother went to hospital. Paragraph number 10 is going on, so please concentrate, all of you. What will I do if I have a nightmare? She asked. Here, the meaning of nightmare is a bad dream. I often have nightmares and then Granny takes me into her bed. I can't stay in the dark. It all gets whispery. You just go to sleep, child, said Alice, pulling off her socks. And don't you scream and wake up your poor pa. In this way, Kizzy has to sleep alone in her bedroom. Page number 37 is going on. But the same old nightmare came. The butcher with a knife and a rope, who came nearer and nearer, smiling that dreadful smile, while she could not move, could only stand still, crying out, Grandma, Grandma. She woke shivering to see father beside her bed, a candle in his hand. So, in this paragraph, we can see that because of the crying and shouting of Kezia, her father came into her bedroom. And he asked, What is the matter? He said, Oh, a butcher, a knife. I want Granny. He blew out the candle, bent down and caught up the child in his arms, carrying her along the passage to the big bedroom. A newspaper was on the bed. He put away the paper, then carefully tucked up the child. Here, the meaning of tucked up is covered up nicely in bed. He lay down beside her, half asleep still with the butcher smile all about her, it seemed. She crept close to him, snuggled her head under his arm, held tightly to his shirt. Here, the meaning of snuggled is moved into a warm, comfortable position close to another person. So, in this paragraph, we can see that Kezia's father is very much kind to her. Because of her father, then the dark did not matter. She lay still. Here, rub your feet against my legs and get them warm, said father. Now, paragraph number 12 is going on. Tired out, he slept before the little girl. A funny feeling came over her. Poor father, not so big, after all, and with no one to look after him. He was harder than grandmother, but it was a nice hardness, and every day he had to work and was too tired to be a Mr. MacDonald. She had torn up all his beautiful writing. She stirred suddenly and sighed. In this paragraph, the opinion of Kezia about her father suddenly changed. She feels her father's hardness very nice. Kezia tells herself that her father cannot become Mr. MacDonald as he has to work hard as well as he becomes very much tired. When Kezia stirred suddenly, her father asked, What is the matter? Another dream? Then Kezia says, Oh, said the little girl, my head is on your heart. I can hear it going. What a big heart you have got, father dear. In the last paragraph, we come to know that Kezia is praising her father and she tells her father that there is no need to fear nightmares because her head is on her father's heart. Kezia says, What a big heart you have got, father dear. Students, in this way, this story is written by Katherine Mansfield, which I have explained in detail. I hope you all have understood this story very well. Thank you very much.